You see this guy right here? He's got a fin up top. He's got a fin around back. He's got a mustache. He's got a beard. Okay, that's what you call a spirit fish. You see this guy right here? He's got a little tail. He's got little fins. That's what you call a spirit seahorse because he's got a beard and he's got a mustache. See that? I do. You see this guy right here with the old Viking beat up gold and silver helmet? It's what you call a Viking spirit. Do you know why? Because he's got the beard and he's got the mustache. You see this silly little guy right here? It's called the Spirit of the Wand. Why is it called Spirit of the Wand? Because it's got the beard and the mustache. You see this guy right here? His big silly teeth? This is not a spirit. Do you know why? Because it doesn't have the beard and the mustache. You see this flying pig right here? It's a flying spirit pig because it has the beard and the mustache. Look, it's even a spirit Geordie worm. Why? Because it has the beard and the mustache. Yep. Now, I want to be clear as possible, clear as I can be, that I am not insulting anybody's artwork. 1%, 0.1%, I love everybody's artwork. Okay? But for myself, speaking for myself, and the flying pig, and George, Spirit of the Bird needs to have a beard. Okay? I don't know how to carve birds. I've carved a couple little hummingbirds. I have no idea what I'm going to do today, but I'm going to carve Spirit of the Bird. Yes, I am, in this piece of cottonwood bark. Okay, so first what I'm going to do with this piece of bark, I'm going to clean it up with my Fordham, get rid of all these top layers, see where because when you clean up the outside of this wood, this bark here, then you can see where the cracks are, right? I don't think you should start carving right away when you got the face like this because there's hidden cracks. This stuff is very shaly, right? Like you see here, this whole piece might be one piece of shell. This whole piece might fly off to level off with this one, right? So I'm going to clean it up and see where we get. Okay, so you can see here, looks like a pretty solid piece besides that crack. You guys can see it there. See how far it goes up. But I think it's pretty safe. I've used enough of this bark to know what's safe and what's not safe, but you never know. You just never know. So we all have our own interpretations of whatever we see or whatever we want to do, guys. This is just a video for the fun of it. It's not a tutorial or anything like that. But some people say they don't see pieces, the wood doesn't speak to them. But me, as soon as I stood this piece up, it spoke to me. What do you see up top right there? What do you see up top right there? It's already got the shape. Come on. What do you see? What do you see? I'm trying to think of a word that rhymes with it to give you a hint. Wow. Oh, I see an owl, don't you? So I might have to incorporate that with the piece. But we want to carve the spirit bird down here. So let's just start carving. I got to try and figure out a way how to carve a beak. I don't know. I've never carved a beak. Ever. Yep. Ooh, ooh. Now, I don't see any possible way that this is going to be able to be a bird. You just don't know if you don't try. And I shall not give up. And I'm going to upload this video even though it does, well, the word is suck. The owl might have to go. See how deep I have to carve this to get that beak to pop out. Beak will probably break off too. Oh yeah, so when changing your bits here in your collet, some other YouTuber, great friend of mine, and this isn't a diss, this is just a fun job, made a comment on a couple of his recent videos about how you should use pliers to take this little nut off thing there, and it's a lot easier than using these special little Dremel wrenches. Well, let's hold on a second here. You see that? Look at these little special Dremel wrenches here. Well, this one here is not so special because, well, it's just kind of plain. But this one's special because it's old and weathered, like the paintbrushes that I sell. Yeah, I paint it so it's not black, so you can find it better. This one's really special because, well, it's blue. But then you get the holy treasure one. This one's gold. Now, sometimes when you open your Dremel flex shaft package, you'll find the gold wrench. You know, just like the caramel. Finding the key in the caramel chocolate bar. Well, this is like finding the gold wrench in the Dremel flex shaft tool. Yep. I love these little guys. So let's just put them back in their spot here. Hold on a second here. Okay, so we got a little spot right here for them. We just tuck them in there. So we don't want anybody to, see, there's a nice little hole there for them. So we don't want anybody to steal these when they come and try and steal from here. So they're just tucked there. So all I use these for is a decoy, right? I just put those there. So people don't see those. You know, just a decoy. Right, Evo Rick? See, look right here. I'm hoping to find another gold special wrench. Or sometimes your fingers are just too long and you're unable to grab the little tiny wrench sig, so then you have to use the pliers because, well, your fingers are just too long. And you can use the pliers a lot better with these long fingers. Hi, Bop. Okay, as Calvin would say, let's get carving. Hi, Laura. Look, I got a gold wrench too. Anyways. You guys think a bird spirit's easy to do? Guess again. But then again, I'm just getting started here. I'm going to be taking off this whole top part. I'll carve the owl for another video. You guys like to see me carve an owl out of this piece? Anyways. Well. Oh boy. Well, if you're not having fun, why even bother do it, right? It's a rooster chicken bird. You know, I think I could have made one a lot easier flying. You know, you just do a bird flying and you put the bird hanging there. That wasn't my objective here. My objective here was to challenge myself. And I'm sure Ben and Just Carve Rob, Ben at Studio in the Lake, Just Carve Rob, agree with me. We all have our different opinions of art, guys. We all have our own styles. But this guy's the real thing. You see his mustache, his beard there. This is the real McCoy. Let's make that clear. So, you guys know what I'm going to carve in this little pole I left here. I carved some rocks in here. Yes, Just Carve Rob, he has a tail. Okay, Not that you're ever going to look at the back of this piece, but you just got to challenge yourself. You got to keep going. This is the most senseless, as Ben Studio on the Lake would say. In other words, it's a senseless, useless piece of art. But you know what? It's just having fun. That's all it is. That's all this ever is just having fun. But Jordy, what is it? Well, sometimes it's just better not to ask, you know? Okay, so you can see here I got the razor tip going. This is the digital one. I'm all ready to go with the wire. And I'm going to just quickly burn in some little details acting as bird feathers. Not like real bird feathers like Ben's Studio on the Lake does. I'm just going to quickly, like I don't want to, this is basically my day carving. So, but anyways, so how this all started, Ben over there, Studio on the Lake, you guys, if you don't know his YouTube channel, I'm a huge fan of his channel and his wood carvings and stuff like that. He was working on, so his channel's just Studio on the Lake. He was carving whimsical, like folk art kind of, what are they called? Ferris wheel things, carnival things, carny stuff. Those, you know, like with the horses where they, I forget the name. It will come to me. But he was working on one of those, the sea fish one. Oh, wow, why can't I think of anything right now? The friggin' seahorse one. Carousel. The free seahorse carousel. Carousel, is that it? You know, they got the poles in them and it goes round and round. The horses go up and down and people sit on them and little kids sit on them. But anyways, I said, hey, I called him out. I said, hey, Ben, how about a spirit bird? So I didn't think he was going to do one. He didn't do the official spirit bird, like this true warrior. He did his own type of spirit bird, and he's like, okay, well, it's on. So I'm like, shoot. I called him on. I called him out. So just like real life, if you call somebody out, you better have game. I've always had, if I've ever called anybody out, I've always made sure I've had game to back it up. So this is my freaking game. So you guys, if you call anybody out with anything, just make sure you have some game behind you, because if you don't, well, you're just going to look like a chump. Last thing I want to do is look like a chump. Or be a chump even. I don't care if I look like it. I just don't want to be one. So that's why I'm sitting here doing this friggin' Sesame Street Big Bird Chicken friggin' Wood Spirit Warrior guy. So I'm going to finish burning this and then I'll be back. Yep. Okay, I just want to clarify that this might be the silliest carving that I've ever done. But just to clarify, there is his beard and there is his mustache. Okay, so I painted the rocks white and gray like I've been doing lately. Painted that guy's beard and stuff white and gray. Got all the wood burning done. Let's get this, I got this lighter pecan color Minwax Poly shade, because I know this is just going to go dark. It's the bark, it goes dark. So you just learn from experience. You know what I mean? So anyways, look at the beak on that guy. Surprised I didn't break it. Okay, so this is just like doing of my own fault for calling Ben out on the spirit bird. I don't know. It's just friggin' silly. It's Big Bird. I don't even know what it is. It doesn't even look like a bird. It doesn't matter. It's a spirit bird. It can look like whatever you want it to look like. I didn't want it to look like this, but it just looks like this. But now let's put some wings on it. Okay, so this is kind of like a totem pole spirit bird. There's his beard. There's his mustache. It's a totem pole big bird spirit bird Kenko tree. How about that one? Hey, Kenko? You know, I gotta admit, like with that guy, I put his wings on upside down, but I think they look cooler like that. So here's the story. So this guy's just in his, he's protecting his little wood spirit friend here, okay? He's just in a stance right now with his wings like that. But when he actually decides to fly, you can see there's his knees and his talons. But when he decides to fly, his wings flip around. Kind of so it would be like this way. You know? There's my spirit bird, Ben. I've kept my word. I did it. Even though it's absolutely freaking ridiculous. How's that for a piece of folk art? You guys, I promised I'd upload this video. I don't care. I just don't care for the pro carvers out there and stuff. I've learned along, this is a ridiculous carving. It's a good for nothing ridiculous carving. But you know what? I've learned along the way. You learn different things. You learn different textures and different... This texture for this wing, I did two different. I like this side better. Oops. Still some fresh Mod Podge on the back. There's his tail. Just screwing around, having fun. Waste of an afternoon. I think this probably took me 3 to 4 hours. That's it. Just a silly little friggin' spirit bird. But I did it. It's got a beard. It's got a mustache. It would have been a lot simpler to make the bird flying. I'm telling you that much right now. I'd love to see anybody try and carve. Let's see, Bap. Their big fingers. Mr. Pro Tool Man. Let's see you make a standing bird spirit. Bap, I'm calling you out. I've done it. Now I'm putting it on you, buddy. Hey, Laura. Get you down to make a spirit bird. It needs to be done from over there in Belfast, Ireland. Ma, ma, look at me, I'm a spirit bird, ma. Silly things. But you have fun doing it. One more thing, Mr. Studio on the Lake. This is just the first of 2 videos. The other one's going to take a while. It's going to be some imagination.